So we'll step into a little bit of the preparation. So, hey, pick out a conversation that you've been withholding and let's work with it. And again, we're looking for something intensity 4 out of 10 or less, but we'll take a minute right now for you to jot down some things. And I'm gonna make it easy for you by sending you the slides in the chat window. Let me do that right now. So I'm sending you a PDF of these slides so that you can take notes. I actually use my iPad so I don't have to burn paper and kill trees. So you can load it into your other device and write on top of it. But just make a summary on your, you can use your journal too. What's the conversation you want to work on? And what we want out of that is the title of your conversation. You know, basically one short descriptor. Like for instance, the title of my conversation might be Dishes in the Sink. And that might be that scary honesty that I want to have with my housemate. So I'm gonna just pause. I'm hoping that you all have plenty of material to work with. Okay. And if my laptop does die, I will come back in a different form. All right. So are we still here? Okay. So my laptop is having issues. All right, does everyone have a topic that you're going to work with? Good.
James, you had mentioned putting the slides in the chat. I'm not seeing that.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
There's a link in the chat.
Let me
It's the PDF.
Let me try it again because my computer was having issues. I'll just send it again. All right, there you go. And the last thing you want to highlight is who is this conversation with? You know, give them a name, write down their name. All right, so so raise your hand if you need more time. Okay, all right, so I'll give you another minute to get clear on what conversation you want to work on. All right, I want to share my screen, see if it works. And now we're gonna go to the next phase. And identify the feelings that you got going on. So on the scale of 1 to 10, what's your intensity? And what's happening in your body? Using only the feelings list. So I made it easy for you and to pick out your feelings. So just go to the next slide and there's a set of words there. So the set of words on the top, feelings when needs are met. You feel relaxed, content, hopeful, satisfied. So just pick one of those words. Or if you're feeling sad, longing, confused, lonely, concerned, hurt, regretful, afraid, overwhelmed, annoyed. So just pick one of those words. Don't complicate your life. Keep it simple. And if it's not on that list, just pick from the list. Let's keep it simple here. So I'll give you a little bit of time to do that. And again, here we're just practicing, we're just learning. Don't try to get it perfect. Perfection is a myth. All right. So I'm going to assume that you have that ability to circle the word that resonates the most for you. And immediately, well, I've made this mistake before. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing any hands raised. I'm assuming that you're able to circle the word that resonates the most for you. I hope you're appreciating the simplicity and the clarity of your choices. I crack myself up sometimes. It's so fun being me. All right. So immediately, with that one word, you connect with the needs. I'm feeling something because I have needs. So I might feel concerned because I have a need for progress, or maybe some worry because I want safety. So what do I value the most that I want to speak? So what needs are alive for you? What's motivated the conversation? And you may not know what a need is yet, but don't worry, we're gonna explore that together. So I have this other game, which it's very famous. It's very common in the culture that I want to live in. And it's what do you do for fun? What brings you joy? And so what I'm going to list are the strategies, the things that we do for fun on the left column, and connect with the needs on the right column. So we get to kind of intuitively learn the difference between needs and strategies. So just blurt out, well, I'm going to collect only three strategies, so make it good ones. So what do you do for fun? What brings you joy?
Laugh.
So you like to laugh. Give me a little bit more.
Humor.
All right. So I'm gonna help you out, and my friend, I'm totally blanking out on his name, but he's a laughter yoga guy. So he's into laughter yoga. So it's a practice. He chooses to laugh. That's his practice. Man, I'm embarrassed that I can't remember his name. Go ahead, Keith.
You were looking for things that bring us joy?
Yeah, what do you do for fun? A what? A specific?
I rescue, rehabilitate, retrain, and rehome abused horses, neglected animals.
Neglected horses. All right, and that brings you joy. Awesome.
It brings me a lot of stuff. All the above.
Thank you, Keith. All right, one more.
Bicycling.
Sorry? I heard a couple things at the same time.
I heard bicycling, and I said study new skills.
Oops, I even misspelled bicycling. It's been a while since I've ridden my bike.
I get a lot of joy from observing and caring for my cats. They're delightful. We have 5 of them.
Thank you. And there's lots of things that bring us joy. Thank you so much. I'm gonna stick with these 3 right now because we have a lot to work with. And that's on behalf of my need to contribute and also to, because I value flow and I want to give you guys as much information as you want. So that's what's motivating my choice to keep it to 3. So let's talk about this laughter yoga. So why might you practice laughter yoga? So what's the why behind the laughter? Why do you do it?
To stimulate the vagus nerve.
To stimulate the vagus nerve. And what do you get out of it when your nerve is stimulated?
Relaxation.
Relaxation. Maybe regeneration.
And improved immunity.
Yeah, health, well-being. Yeah, health and
An
well-being.
endorphin rush feels like you're happiness.
Yeah, so endorphin rush is more on the strategy side, but let's see. So yeah, a feeling of well-being, a sense of well-being.
And laughter is contagious.
Yeah, so contribution. You want to contribute to maybe someone else's well-being, and maybe there's also something around community.
I would say often you're not laughing alone, so it's a sense of connection with somebody else.
Yeah, so companionship. So I at least for me, my definition of connection is a little bit more specific, but yeah, companionship or connection. Yeah, we'll add
What's
connection
wrong
in
with
there.
Layman's term connection.
Yeah, it works. It works.
about
All right.
joy? What's wrong with joy?
But joy is a feeling.
Isn't that, oh, that's not, don't we have a
Joy,
need for joy?
I feel joy.
Isn't it a need to have joy? It's depressing to not have joy.
So this is my introductory to NVC
Okay.
workshop, and at least the way it lives for me, joy is a feeling that I feel when my needs are met. And that's the distinction between feelings and needs. So I feel joy when I get a sense that I'm contributing to life. So my need is for contribution, right? So that's the difference between feelings and
Okay.
needs.
How about release? A release, a need for a release.
Yeah. So release doesn't really
Like stress.
sound like a need to me, but maybe peace, maybe the release, inner peace or peace. Yeah. So I'd like to move on to the next one.
Can I clarify something, James?
Yeah.
On this slide, the what and the why, could they be seen as the means and the end?
Sure, you could see it that way.
Okay.
If the end is to meet your
understand it.
needs. Yeah. Yes. So strategies are means. It's the what, and the end is to satisfy something inside of you that's seeking fulfillment.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's do rescue neglected horses. So let's talk about that means of living life, of satisfying your innermost desires. So Keith, I'm going to guess that contribution is a really important need that you're trying to satisfy by rescuing neglected horses. Does that resonate for you?
Well, it sort of is, but it's really about my own healing.
All right. Yeah.
It's
so
about healing myself through the process of providing healing to them and then providing animals for therapy for humans.
Yeah. So
yeah,
contributing, and it's for your own healing and for contributing to other people's healing. Yeah. And there might even be a sense of community in that. Or companionship too. Yeah.
How about a sense of purpose?
Yeah. Purpose.
How about an excuse just to goof off that's socially approved and everyone thinks wonderful?
Yeah. So it could be totally around leisure and Let's see, what else?
Altruism?
Nah.
No.
Yeah, I'm not, so meaning. Yeah, I think we're talking about meaning and purpose.
Recognition?
So to be seen, it could be around acknowledgement.
Nah.
Yeah. So
Approval.
that maybe not for you, but
No,
for
in
others.
fact, I'd rather not anybody be around at all unless
Yeah.
they're there just for therapy. I don't really want the recognition.
Yeah. So for Keith, it's not about recognition. It's not about acknowledgement. All right. So let's talk about bicycling. So my facilitator hat is like looking at my clock. It's like 4 after 11. Hey, we have time. We can do this. Let's do it. Bicycling. Why do you go bicycling?
Freedom, air, and movement.
Freedom, air, movement.
Well-being.
Yeah, health and well-being.
Explore areas at a leisurely pace, but still get to go far.
Yeah, so adventure maybe. Yeah, autonomy. Oh, I love riding my bike. It's so freeing. It's also efficient.
And often you meet other people when you're riding a bike.
Yeah, so it could be around connection and community.
And beauty.
Beauty. Yeah. Okay. I hope this is making sense. So the means on the left and the ends on the right. So the what, specific, and more generic energy on the right. So now we'll talk about some definitions. And in your case, okay, I guess we're skipping definitions. So circle 1 or 2. Actually, it could be more. My experience is that I might have one feeling and it's around many needs. So you have physical needs, air, water, shelter. You got personal needs, autonomy, expression, freedom, interpersonal, community, belonging, inclusion, connection. And then there's even transcendent needs like meaning, purpose, beauty. So in your process, circle, actually you can circle as many as you want. Though I think it'll be helpful, at least for this process, if you limit it to the top 2 that are most alive for you in your scary honesty conversation. So I'll give you about a minute to identify your needs. So again, celebrating the simplicity of this workshop, just circle a word there that resonates for you. And the cool thing is you could circle any of these words and it'll be fine. It's not about being perfect. But look for ones that resonate for you. So one more preparation step. Well, actually, there's a couple more, but so this is sort of like internal preparation. So am I willing to have the conversation? Am I clear with my observations, feelings, and needs? So this is like, before you engage in the conversation, it's really a good idea to know what these things are, your observations, feelings, and needs. I'm going to assume yes, because we've done it together. And you might notice that something's keeping you from having the conversation. So you're not willing. So this might be the point where you write that down. Like, I have a story that they're going to blow up. I have a story that I'll be really uncomfortable when I say it. So whatever that is. So this is this is a good one to actually play with a little bit. So I'd like to hear from one person. If you have a little something that's keeping you from having the conversation, Laura, I see your hands up. Was up. Do you still have it, Laura? But you got to unmute yourself.
So the fear of the other person becoming uncomfortable with the situation.
Yeah. So is it fair to say that your story is the other person's going to be uncomfortable? All right, cool. So we're going to work with that. Is that all right? So, so the next part is, can you reframe that story into, I love it when? Reframe your story into, and I love it when people are able to receive my honesty with joy and compassion, or whatever it is, whatever is true for you. I love it when there's space for my needs in this relationship. I love it
when there's space for my needs in this relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's a quick trick. Well, it's more than a trick. It's a self-empathy process I learned from Mary McKenzie. It's very, very powerful. If you find that you have a judgment or a story like that, you can just transform it almost immediately by changing it into a, I love it when, and fill that in the blank.
Did she write a book? Is that from a book, or is that just a person you know?
She's an NVC trainer.
Okay. I was just wondering if you had a book to recommend.
I don't think, yeah, she does have a book, but that's not in it.
Okay.
All right. So cool. I see, Tree, do you have a question? Okay. All right, because I'd like to move on to the next thing. All right.